How does practicing essential somatic movement address stress? Yeah, good question, obviously. Well, our feelings of stress as human beings come largely from feelings of physical tension, which are from tension held in our muscles. Okay, so a lot of our emotional stress is actually created by muscle tension. And emotional stresses are linked up to that. You cannot suffer an emotional stress without going into a stress response and feeling stressed in your muscles, right? So essential somatic movement directly addresses that, in that what we do is contract, release, rest, pandiculation, which I'll talk about probably here again and definitely go over in the mini-series in some detail. We decontract muscle tension, right? And often we might not even be aware that we're holding emotional stress, other kinds of stress in our muscles. We think that we're relaxed. The big revelation for me in this work, for example, was that when I thought I was relaxed, doing things like, breathing work, yoga, I still had a lot of resting level muscle tension. So there was a long way to go before I actually had released, relaxed muscles. And this is what you learn. So you learn not just to decontract your muscles through essential somatic movement, but you learn for yourself to identify when you're stressed, when you're holding on to tension, as well as how you can address that. The other really key thing to say is that human somas are a system. Like, we're one amazing organic system that gets us up in the morning, that keeps us alive, that keeps us moving through the day, through the week, through the year. And that one system is made up of multiple systems, right? So our nervous system has these stress reflexes that this work is all about addressing. But when you release muscle tension, when you find relaxation in your muscles, then it inevitably affects other systems. And that is why, through this movement work, a lot of people, a lot of the time, feel impacted in other ways. So it will reduce, very often, emotional stress, hormonal stress, chemical stress, gut stress. Because while we're working on the motor sensory cortexes, right, those parts of the brain and therefore those parts of the body, that system inevitably affects all the other systems. And that is how these essential somatic movements really do help a great deal to address all forms of stress.